Hey, so it's that time of year again, time for my annual stock footage wrap up. I'll give you the stats right off the top. I sold 31 different clips for a total of 51 individual sales. That totaled up to just over $2,500 in revenue. If you've been watching these videos for the past couple of years as I've been making them, you'll know that's my best year ever in terms of total revenue. This year I uploaded 22 new clips, bringing the total number of clips I have online to 540. Next, I'm going to show you some of the clips that sold this year, talk about what I'm seeing in the market, but I did want to give a quick disclaimer. I sell on Blackbox. That's the platform that works for me, but I really encourage you to do your research on what is out there in terms of platforms, methods for selling, and use what makes sense for you. With that said, let's jump into taking a look at these clips and what I'm seeing in the market. So this year, to no surprise, aerials continue to sell super well. As an editor, you know, in that editor mindset, I'm thinking like, of course aerials sell well because they are establishing shots. They are little stuff that maybe you weren't able to pick up on the day of, and it's easy to go out and just license a clip. Or if you're just making a big, broad overview video, lots of stock footage, you just need a bunch of generic establishing shots, maybe if it's a specific city or something like that, or just a specific moment. And you know, what's cool about the drone stuff is that it's not all the fanciest, newest drone stuff that's selling. There's some from the older Mavics, there's some from the newer Mavics. And speaking of different cameras that sold, I also sold an odd number of iPhone clips this year. Most of these were shot on my iPhone 8 Plus. That's like a 4 or 5 year old phone at this point. Some of them were even just like random walking around clips that I don't even really know why I uploaded them, but it was cool to see that apparently I was in the right place at the right time and somebody needed to use those clips, and so they licensed them this year. As I look at these clips, they basically fall into two categories. One, they're repurposed from other projects, either clips that didn't make the cut or clips that were generic enough that I could sell them as stock. Or two, they were kind of just shot for fun. You know, I've done some road trips, I've done some big cross-country moves in the past couple of years, and I tend to just take my drone along. If I see something cool, I'll pull over, or if I'm stopping for lunch or I'm stopping at the end of the day, I'll just throw the drone up and fly. It's fun for me. I'm not out there specifically shooting for stock, and I would say if you're looking to get into stock footage, you shouldn't feel pressured that you have to be shooting specifically for stock, you know, getting models, locations, all that kind of stuff. You don't need to worry about that. I'm just repurposing clips that, again, they're either part of another project and I could repurpose them for stock footage, or I'm just out there shooting for fun. And sometimes, you know, a clip will make sense to upload because it's from a specific place, specific location, or just looks really good. So that's what I would say. That's the barrier to entry. It's super low. Don't really worry about setting up shoots specifically for stock footage if you're just getting into it. And finally, I will say across all of these clips, pretty much everything at this point that's selling is 4K or UHD. That is what I would recommend if you're shooting. I mean, even your phone can now do serviceable 4K. All the latest DJI drones can do serviceable 4K. That's a way to future-proof your footage because, as you can see, a lot of the clips that are selling are from my back catalog. These clips have a 1, 2, even a 5-year lifetime down the road, and shooting in 4K, capturing in 4K or UHD is an easy way to future-proof your content so that it stays relevant and it keeps selling for years to come. One final tip as you're sorting through maybe old footage and thinking about what could I repurpose for stock, kind of put on that editor hat or that producer hat. Like, what are the clips that maybe for a project you worked on this year where you had to license a bunch of stock footage? What are those kind of clips that you're looking for that others might be looking for too? So there you have it. That's my stock footage wrap up for this year. Hope you have a fantastic 2023.
All right, Drew, do your magic.